ass and talking.
Bird talk. Like, we talk or like...
Let me tell y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot this jump in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the
Yeah.
man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold. Cold dude, man. Real cold.
I was getting ready to start a game. I get up to the jump ball, and Larry said, you know, just out of the blue, he goes, go ahead, Kevin, tell Elvin Hayes what you told me. And I didn't tell him anything. And I said, well, go ahead, tell him. Like, you said you were going to kick his ass. And I'm like, oh, man. And Elvin Hayes is looking at me. Well, at that point, it was hard to say, no, I didn't say anything. I said, I guess so. But, you know, Larry just got so started up. Larry is a funny guy.
You know, Larry and I, we played against each other like 12, 13 years. We never shook hands, never spoke. I didn't speak to him for 13 years straight.
I love Larry even more hearing that.
Hey, another guy,
because he was
you
a dog.
don't have any idea how good he was if you hadn't played against him.
And the shit talking too, right?
Hey, listen, first time I played against him, I'm a rookie. I'm glad to be in the league. You know, I'm in the Boston Garden, and I'm guarding him, right? First play of the game, he said, I don't know why you got you guarding me, Holmes. I was like, huh? He shoots a three. And I wasn't mad he made three. I said, but this some bitch called me Holmes. You know? And so the next play, you know, I'm pissed. So he comes out, he shifts to his right, and I jump. I said, I got him. And I'm pumping it by my hand, and I banged it on him, right? And he on the ground, he fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I'm like, what? He said, I like you. You got balls. He said, I'm still getting 30 on your ass tonight. He got about 37. Yeah. But I wasn't mad because I'm paying my dues. That's Larry, you know?
Right, yeah.
But that was the only time he ever talked trash to me.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. And he told me two things one game. You know, our rotations, double teaming Kevin Mchale, always had to rotate to the corner, and Larry Bird was the one shooting it. You know, so he shot one, and I mean, I'm trying to block this shot, and he would just tell me, Scott, you're a little too late, you know, a little too late. So we playing him the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over there that corner. He said, they're going to set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out. He said, I'm going to curl right over. And he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, I'm going to go right over to that corner, and I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or a late, great DJ. Yeah. Take the ball out, the man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a three, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me? This is my Larry Bird story.
So, you DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner. So as you pass to Larry, my first job was to stop you first, right? Now I gotta go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, I'm gonna wait till you get one step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face. No, true story. So I got one step away, he shoots it all net, three-pointer, good. Then he turned to me and said, you did all that running for nothing.
I just remember my first day being in the car and getting off the plane, and I see a sign and it says Mr. Bird and Mr. Weber. And I'm like, no way. And so I get in the car and it's Larry Bird. And I shake his hand, I'm quiet, you know, trying to feel that balance in the car and everything. And it's the old school limo sitting in the back. And when we get out, he doesn't say much, but when we get out, he goes, hope you get your sleep tonight because I'm gonna bust your ass tomorrow.
Yes.
And I didn't know what to say, but I knew this is a moment you have to say something. Like you can't. And I was like, you know, Larry, your back is already hurting, man. You need to take it easy. Then I run to the room and I call my father. I'm like, Dad, Larry Bird was just talking shit to me.
There was one game in Cleveland where he was having a pretty rough first half, and in the old days in Cleveland, you walked off the court the same way at halftime, and I kind of puffed up on him and walked beside him and was like, yeah, you're 1 for 10. I was like, that's defense, you know, and he just kind of looked at me and said, there's two halves. And he came back out and hit about 10 in a row on me, and the last one was left-handed, and he asked me if my mother was watching because he wanted to embarrass me. So Yeah, so he was tough.
Now, our back line at one time, it was Kelly Tripucka, Bill Lambier, Ken Benson, 3 white dudes.
2 of them I ain't never heard of.
Okay. All right. So we walk out on the court, and he said, "Who guarded me?" And I said, "Well, hey, we both from Indiana. We talking stuff." Me and his mom had a close relationship in college. His mom would write me notes, was even writing me notes like when I was in the pros, like, good luck, everything else, right? So Larry used to always call me Cheesy, right? He's like, "Cheesy, who guarded me?" And I was like, you got Kelly, you got Lamb, I got Benson. He's like, "You ain't got no brothers?" he's like, "You
Disrespecting me.
That's what he said.
Straight up.
That's exactly what he said. He said, "Hey man, you can't put no white dude on me."
Hey,
That is straight disrespect, right? He said, "Don't put no white dude on me." So check this out. So the next year we come back, I said, "I got somebody for your ass," right?
Yeah.
He said, "Who you got?" I said, "Robin." He said, "Okay, he's a little better." He said, "But don't ever put no white dude on me because that is disrespectful."
When I first came back from Italy, I walked on the court and we're playing the Celtics. And he tells me, "Yeah, big fella, you're in a little trouble tonight." Well, I was coming from Italy. I had a pretty good season, so I'm like, who does he think he's talking to? I'm the big dog. You don't get this. So he made a few moves. I stole the ball from him. I went down, took off. I think you can see it on YouTube. Dunked on his head hard. Boom. Came down another one. Boom. Yeah. Baby Hawk's my behind. You in trouble. And I'm running my mouth, which I shouldn't have done. I guess I got him fired up. And then Dominique obviously got him fired up because Dominique was scoring at will. Larry just decided, that's it. I'm finna light this whole team up. And he goes to make a move, and I'm thinking, I've got to stop him. I got a few fouls. So I forearmed him. He's falling down. He shoots that shot and hollers, "Money!" Well, he made the shot so well that it's like he almost dunked on me because the ball went down through the net and you could hear that pow. And I'm like, okay. I ran over, picked him up and said, "Hey, you a bad boy." And I'm never talking stuff again. It taught me when you got guys like him, Michael Jordan, those guys that have that next gear, don't get them started.
Larry Bird talking shit to you, saying, I'm the best Indiana, put a 3 into my balls. That's true?
It is very true.
What year was this for you?
This was my first year.
Oh, okay.
That morning, they came out with a USA Today article, and they said that Larry didn't have it no more. So he came out that night to make a statement, and I was just the prime candidate to be Before the game, he told me, he was like, he just shook his head at me. He said, "Man, it's gonna be a night for you."
So what did he put up?
I think he gave me 46-3.
What'd you do?
Man, I hadn't found out, but I was on his ass. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I was on. He was actually calling out bank shots. He would say, next time, bank shot left side. I'm gonna pump fake you. Your dumb ass gonna go for it.
He would tell you that, and it happened.
And I said, first of all, I'm gonna be so close to you. If you shoot the ball next time, I'm gonna try to rip your arm off your socket. And what you think he did, man? A quick pump fake, dog, and you go for that shit here.
Got you.
Man, come on, man. Larry was.
How cold was? I don't think.
I guarded his ass so tough.
When a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and Bird talked a lot of trash.
And that's in New Orleans.
That's in New Orleans. In that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says, "Left side, across the 3," and you're listening to him. That's a tough feeling.
But, okay, so you guys got, Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for celebrating.
Celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was the greatest film session ever because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game and just went, with a video. And Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept, not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that.
Fratello told me, Ricky Brown, Sly Williams, Eddie Johnson to meet in his room after we get out, if we get settled in our room, come up to his room, and we went up there. He had the game on. We sit on the couch, elbowing each other, like laughing. Just, man, look at that. Mike Fratello said, "Man, look at He's kicking our tail, just wearing us out. And you guys on the bench high-fiving each other. That's gonna cost each one of you guys $100. I left out of the room and said, that's the best $100 seat I ever had.